Hello everyone, Jared here again, and welcome back to Skyridge Games. Now today we're going to be introducing the wonderful world of Dimension Rewrite, or D Rite as it's going to be more commonly abbreviated to. And this is going to be kind of a deck building TCG hybrid game. I haven't really decided on the exact amount yet, so we'll be experimenting with that a little bit. But it's going to be based on all these worlds I've come up with. I'll show you on the lore later, but the short version is that this is basically the infinite world after Pandora's box was opened. Pandora's box theme, if you guys didn't see it on the last game, link in the down below for the Pandora puzzle. And yeah, this is gonna be all about kind of creating your own adventure. So it's basically gonna be a part card game. You're gonna be taking your three different kinds of cards. So it's like your characters are going to be adventurers, your monsters, all that have you. Then you're going to have different item cards that you can either equip or you might need them on a quest or whatever. And you have these locations that are, well, locations, objectives that you want to complete. And basically this is going to be going all out the board. So you have your characters going to be able to move around because there's actually going to be a couple different actions. Pretty much I'll say there's 5 actions that each player gets per turn. You can just use those actions here to place a card, to move a card around, so they can move a character one space per action. And that's way, not diagonally, that would be 2 actions. They can do combat, which I'll get into in a second. They can try to explore one of the locations, if they're adjacent to one. Or, of course, they could buy an item from the whatever the pals are going to be for the market, since this is partially deck builder in this portion. So how combat's going to work is basically there's going to be different ranges on characters. So say example, this warrior has the sword symbol, which means it's going to be in kind of a melee range, you could only hit 1 square away, whereas this mage has a magic symbol, so they could actually hit from a square away, so he could attack from over here, where this guy can't defend because they're 1 space away, he can't do his thing. So that's kind of what it's going to be like. Another range, I want to kind of have the 3 types of attacks. So you have your physical melee or range melee, which would be like either a gun or a bow, whatever it's going to make it, and magic, which I actually think I kind of want to do it kind of like in Fire Emblem, where you do 1 space or 2 space away. So that is kind of going to add a layer of tactics in to positioning your place and determining the battle. Now from there, the battle is actually going to be kind of dice-based, if I'm thinking right now. So you see there are symbols on here, and this is going to represent the number of dice that you have. So say this warrior has 2 dice both on attack and defense. The dice are going to have separate symbols on them. Let's go through them one by one. First is damage, which that deals 1 point of damage. 2 points of damage. Shield, which will block 1 point of damage. Same for 2. Then finally, there's a couple of awkward ones. This dodge will completely stop the attack because you're dodging away from it. And the last one is this counter. Where's the counter? I don't know what dice look like. There it is. The counter dice, which after you take your damage or after the attack's over, then you're able to deal 1 point of damage back. So, like I said, each character is going to have the values for the different dice. And say these 2 will be battling right now. Cool. So, the warrior's attacking the gunman. The warrior would roll 2 attack dice, and the gunman would roll 1 defense dice because he only has 1 shield. So let's really real quick. So the warrior doesn't really do anything. He got lucky and had 2 shields. And that gunner doesn't do anything because you can't really attack on the defense. That was a bad example. Yeah, that's pretty much how combat's going to go, but there will also be 1 more element to add on to this because I want to make it as interactive as possible. And that kind of goes back to these item cards. So, I haven't put the inventory on here yet, but in addition to these stats, there will be 1 more, which is their inventory. That's how many of these items they can play during combat. So, say you're declaring the attack, and they each have an inventory of 1. Okay, now I could have the chance to play a card to modify that. So, for example, this one, you would roll your defense value, which for him will be 2. So let's roll the 2 dice. It's 1, 2 symbols, so he would gain 2 HP. Of course, once you HP values there, and once that drops, then the character dies, whatever. So be some boosts like that. You get that one. This one, you same thing. You'd add 1 shield to your next roll, add 1 attack to your next roll, deal some damage and magic, which I'll go over that once I finalize some abilities. And for this one, like a level 2 spell summon, so you could actually add another character to that combat. So say you're attacking, you've got this guy in your hands. Then you can activate this spell, and suddenly you're adding your 2 more attack dice into your attack. So that's the basics of how the combat's gonna work. Locations, like I said, are kind of your objectives for the game. Let's say this one's down. And this is level 1 Fated Duel. I don't know, I haven't explained levels yet. But it says you can only be claimed by fighting in 1 character. So even if you claim it, you can't actually do it until you fight someone else over it. Finally, as I briefly explained before, there is the level gauge, which each one has right there on top. And basically, this is going to be kind of the mana for the game. So at the very beginning, everyone starts at level 1. Therefore, you can cast all your level 1 spells. See, this one right now you can't use because it's level 2. So how you actually gain levels is by completing objectives and destroying things. Therefore, I place them in your storyboard. The main objective of the game is to get 5 cards in your storyboard for each player. And then at the end of that, once everyone has their 5 cards, then you tally up your points, and whoever has the highest level counter in the storyboard wins the game. But, say for this one, because it says you have to defeat a character, and that character gets the storyboard. So these guys fight, blah blah blah. Then each wins whatever. So this will go to that character's storyboard. And he also defeated objective, so it also gets the storyboard. That's 2 cards in the storyboard. That person will be at level 3 because base 1, 2, 3. Now if you cast level 3 spells and whatnot. So that's the basics of the game for what I have worked out right now. Like I said, this is kind of in production limbo because I keep on changing the format between deck builder and TCG. But let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Like, this is probably my most ambitious project yet. Right now I physically only have these demos of the basic decks. But comment down below. Let me know exactly what you think about this. I really want to hear back about it. And as always, check out my social media. Subscribe if you guys are new. And enjoy the rest of your day. This has been me doing the video. And now the video's done. Bye bye.